I probably knew I was going to do a business way, middle school. I had this idea that I would run a business, and maybe it was architecture at the time. I didn't quite know what it was, but I knew that I wanted to create something great. In some ways I was given lots of stuff, but it was not in, say, money or things necessarily, lots of opportunity. In some regards, they held back lots of things, which made me hungry and thirsty to be able to pursue things and try and figure them out on my own. Now, you could still say that our business is really built on opportunities, that the employees have a lot of free reign to go do things and figure out problems, and not always given all the resources or time and energy to figure out how to do it, so they kind of have to figure it out on their own. So yeah, I would say that it's pretty pretty close to how I was actually brought up in a lot of ways. So I didn't know how to start. I started selling, so I just practiced selling, and then I refined the service and what I was actually trying to do through the selling part. When I first started the business, I did probably the mechanical things. I got a doing business as, and I had a little piece of paper, and then I think they required me to put in a newspaper. It had to be published to places, so I did that, and I don't know, I have to have the paper somewhere, but yeah, so there's a component of that first step where it's like, there's just paperwork, but there is a fun part of that where you're like, all right, I'm in this for real, right? There's something that says I'm running a business. And then you quickly realize that means nothing because it's all about this labor of love of putting into this thing, and it means nothing unless you keep giving it something. You have to keep feeding it. I think you're afraid every day, right? That's part of being an entrepreneur, to try to build a great business, is you're afraid of the next step. I still feel the same angst and anxiety that I felt the first day I started the business. Well, the first client I did on the side when I was trying to do work was a disaster, absolute disaster. And I realized at that point that providing a service of, a creative service was very difficult. It wasn't just being talented at something. You had to actually have an understanding of what the needs of the person you were solving the problem for. Selling is a big component of understanding how to keep a business sound. You have to know how to sell, but you also have to know how to manage your cash flow, understanding how to get a story across to your team and getting them on board with your mission. If you can train a team of people to have a vision and stick to it, even though there's adversity, it really empowers me. You have to let your employees fail. You have to let them figure out how to solve problems, and it's like a cyclical thing. When you see that they can overcome those hurdles, it really inspires me to keep pushing the team, right? We tried to build a product in our business as a separate business to try and use our skills of designing websites and products into our own product, right? That said, that lesson has been incredibly valuable to helping us become more stronger at what we're doing now. I'd say the number one component of probably running a business is understanding there's a big difference between desire and passion happens by applying yourself to whatever tasks that are at hand. Perseverance. You have to be able to withstand lots of criticism. You have to understand that nothing is always, it's not always going to go your way. You have to be approachable. You'll often find when people are having fun, they're at their best. Young business owners typically think their business is about the thing, when really it's about the people. Because the people, if you have great people, they'll make the things great. But if you focus on the thing and try and put people on it, you lose focus of what the business is about. So focus on people, not the thing. My biggest achievement was having a family. It's hard for me to think of a failure because failures are just turned into successes. It's just like a continuous stream. In high school, I swore in front of my coach and he made me do 20 push-ups, and I understood respect. So I struggle with this because I get a lot of points of perspective. So I usually don't get one or two. I'll get one or two people, then I'll read some stuff. So by the time I have the advice, it's like it's my own ideas because I've taken it from so many people and I've sat with it for a little bit. Oh, favorite thing is come home and have my kids jump on me. Yeah, love that. Favorite twist down the street. Marrying my wife. And then having my kids.